Episode 9 is set to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, tomorrow is the big day as we will get our very first look of the movie in the form of a teaser trailer, as well as the official title reveal tomorrow, April 12th on a Friday over at Celebration. You can really feel the excitement growing among many Star Wars fans around the world right now, and what people are saying on social media. Now, what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is taking Kylo Ren down a far darker path in this movie, as well as changing certain elements of Rey's lineage and her identity in the film, to where it's actually going to change certain elements of both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it comes to various concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting, involving characters like Kylo Ren, the Knights of Ren, and even Rey and Poe Dameron. Specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of Rey wielding Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, where it said that she is in a brief duel with one of the Knights of Ren, using a weapon that is able to combat against the lightsaber. It's described to appear similar to the Z6 riot control that Traitor used against Finn, however in a black design and slimmer. It said that this Knight of Ren has a broken helmet while dueling against Rey before being force-pushed by her into a stone wall. Another goes over Kylo Ren using the Force to break through a steel door that leads to the interior of a Resistance base that once belonged to the Rebellion. It's described that Kylo successfully tears the door into two, where dozens of Resistance fighters begin to use blasters, where it's described that Kylo also uses the mastered form of Force stasis, blocking dozens of blaster trails, where it said that Kylo is able to dissolve the blast into thin air, before he enters and slaughters the troops one by one with his crossguard lightsaber. Another describes Rey running toward an E-Wing-like starfighter and hopping into the cockpit. Before taking off, it's said that she gives Poe Dameron something of great importance, where Poe has BB-8 protecting it across the battlefield. It's said that Rey is rushing to Leia's aid, as Leia is said to be in a downed Resistance cruiser on one of the unknown worlds in Episode 9. So what's really intriguing to me, that really stands out and really speaks volumes by JJ, as far as inserting a lot of action-packed sequences, is Rey using the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber, going up against one of the Knights of Ren, using a weapon that is very much similar to that of the Z6 riot. Now, you guys may actually remember, Traitor going up against Finn on Takodana, that weapon he used. It's described that this weapon that the Knight of Ren is using against Rey is very similar to that, and is actually able to block the lightsaber blade itself. So, what's really intriguing about this is that it seems like J.J. Abrams is tapping into what was already done in The Force Awakens between both Finn and Traitor, and is now giving a similar situation, right? A similar scene where Rey has a very brief semi-lightsaber duel, I guess you could say, because it's not really a lightsaber that the Knight of Ren is using, but it's able to combat against it, where she goes up against one of the Knights of Ren. Now, guys, I gotta say, this sounds pretty amazing. Now, it leads to a moment in which she force pushes the Knight of Ren into a stone wall. Now, I'm really hoping, and I'm crossing my fingers, and I just want to touch on this for a bit. I really hope that the Knights of Ren are really going to be portrayed as an unstoppable force, and, pretty much a group of these warriors that follow in Kylo Ren's path, that are heavily feared by our heroes. That's what I at least hope to see. I just hope that they don't just get shoved around and killed on and off throughout the actual movie. I hope that they really do have something to offer, something great to offer, if you will, that really do pretty much, put the Resistance and, of course, our heroes in a troubled situation. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over is how Kylo Ren uses his crossguard lightsaber, slaughtering each and every Resistance fighter / trooper protecting the base one by one. Does it remind you of something? It most definitely does. It reminds me of Darth Vader slaughtering the rebels in, of course, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. Now, the other one of which that I do want to go over that makes me a little bit worried about one of the characters portrayed by the lovely Carrie Fisher is, of course, Rey hopping into an E-Wing-like speeder, or should I say, starfighter. She hops into it and flies away, but before she does, she hands something of great importance to Poe Dameron, where he actually stores it inside of BB-8, where BB-8 pretty much protects it on the battlefield. Now, it's actually said that Rey is actually going to Leia's aid to actually go ahead and help her, since she is inside of a downed Resistance cruiser on, of course, this unknown world. So this E-Wing that Rey actually hops into, it's not going into space, but it's going on to a different part of the planet. It could be that Rey is traveling to the other side, perhaps, or maybe even, you know, more up north or west, wherever, right? So everything here sounds amazing. Everything within the third and second acts of the film, it really sounds very promising of what's going to be done between the Knights of Ren, Kylo Ren, and of course Rey. We do know that Disney and Lucasfilm, through their marketing approach for this movie, they will be using the Knights of Ren heavily in posters, wallpaper art, stuff like that. All these different products that are set to come out during, of course, the end of the summer to the fall of 2019. A lot of it is going to have to do with the Knights of Ren, Rey, and Kylo. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.